Thank you so much for tuning back in. We are live here at the Navigate Credit Union Broadcast Center with our third and final guests. Alex and Kelly, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. So we have a new up-and-coming company called Pudding Riot. I love it. It sounds like a lot of fun. And if it has anything to do with pudding, which it does, I'm going to love it. So I want to start off by hearing a little bit about the both of you, your backgrounds, and how you got involved with the pudding business.
Okay, well, for the last few years, I've been a stay-at-home mom to two beautiful little girls.
Beautiful.
And prior to that, I worked in law firms and as a director of administration for a wastewater facility.
Really?
Yep. And a few years ago, I decided to stay home to be with my family, and that's when I met
Definitely.
Kelly. And we became friends. She moved in the neighborhood, and we started talking, getting to know each other, and our shared love for cooking and baking, and obviously hers for pudding. And that's when she introduced me to real homemade pudding because I'd never had it before.
Wow.
So,
So the pudding recipe, coming from you.
Yeah, so the puddings have kind of taken shape over a long period of time. There was a
Sure.
lot of testing, and we developed a lot of our own recipes with a lot of different flavors. So it's been a long process, but we definitely have some recipes that we're really happy with now. So.
Awesome. Now, I know we've all had pudding comes out of the box, your little package of powder, you put it in the stove and cook it, stick it in the fridge, and it's pudding. But when you have homemade pudding, it's on another level. It might as well be a different animal. So what goes into your pudding recipe? Everything you can tell me that's not a secret.
We have some secrets.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't have any like preservatives or any.
Excellent.
All of our ingredients are very wholesome and things that we want to feed our own families. So
Absolutely.
and made by hand from scratch.
From scratch. And that's the
Yep.
biggest part about it. So homemade from scratch, you're using quality ingredients. No
Yes.
preservatives, none of that junk that you would find, a million ingredients listed on the box. It's not the case when it's coming fresh out of a kitchen.
right, and pudding should not be able to sit on a shelf for 2 years.
No.
It's something that really should be enjoyed within a couple of days of being made. So, we're trying to give people that homemade pudding experience with our products.
And it really is different. I mean, the first time, like I said, I had Kelly's pudding, I was surprised how good it was because I'd never had real pudding before.
Real pudding, right, yeah, because there's just that difference.
You notice it immediately.
Absolutely. Now, I think the big thing with pudding is getting the consistency right.
Yes.
How exactly do you get that good, nice, thick consistency in your pudding?
So it definitely takes some practice,
Yeah.
but we have this thing that I like to refer to as like the magic moment where it like turns from ingredients to pudding.
Yes,
And
it's a transformation.
Right, and it is a very specific moment in time. So we kind of learned what to watch for.
Okay, how
so,
to time
yeah,
it just right.
Yeah, but it definitely took a lot of practice and
Absolutely.
a lot of burned and undercooked
Yeah.
batches.
But I think doing it by hand helps too because you can feel it as
Yeah.
you're
Get
whisking.
the feel, so you're, flick of the wrist, and actually you get to know the pudding,
Exactly.
what it likes, and how it's done.
Right.
Yep.
Definitely.
Exactly.
So my question is, why pudding? I guess that you had a really good pudding recipe. Did you find that there was a demand for pudding?
I started making pudding to take to dinner parties and different events that we would go to, and people always seemed to like what it tasted like, and
Yeah.
and noticed that it was much different than any puddings that they'd had before. So,
This pudding is incredible. I need it now.
we started getting more requests for that.
Yeah.
We started talking about could we really turn this into a business?
Absolutely.
So
And the answer is yes, because here we are.
here we are.
Yes. So Pudding Riot, you're doing homemade puddings,
Yep.
you're doing pop-ups, you're out of Hope and Maine. So tell me a little bit about what the process for you is like.
Okay, well, we started at Hope and Maine through their incubator program.
Awesome.
That was about a year ago, I would
Okay.
say. We officially launched in August.
Beautiful.
It's been a great experience. We've met tons of people, made a lot of connections
Yeah.
there. And we are now doing mostly pop-ups and farmers markets.
Awesome.
We also do special orders. We just did Thanksgiving pie kits, which were a huge success this past Thanksgiving.
Cool.
And we're planning on doing holiday pie kits, which I think we'll be offering in the next week or so,
Yeah.
the flavors. We also do frozen pudding pops that are dipped in chocolate, and
Nice
some
for
are
the
rolled.
summertime.
Anytime, really.
Anytime you can. I would eat ice cream any time of year, so any kind of like frozen treat.
Yes.
You know, I'll put the heat on in the house and pretend like it's summer.
Yeah.
I'll have it.
We have people that come out that just want the frozen.
Yeah.
You know, we have people that
Oh, so
just
you
want.
carry them.
We carry them year round,
Pretty
and we're
regularly.
actually going to introduce bread pudding this
That's
winter.
very exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're able to combine some loves, bread pudding, regular
Mm-hmm.
pudding, and all of these little treats, the whipped cream, the cookies, they're all homemade as well.
Everything made by hand.
Awesome. That just makes it even better. So what kind of flavors do we have today?
So this is our kind of flagship pudding, which is a bittersweet chocolate. We refer to this as the flavor that started it all.
Ah, okay. This is the infamous flavor.
Yeah, this took a lot of development over a lot of time. So this is the bittersweet sundae.
Okay.
This is a flavor that we will be debuting next weekend.
Ooh, so it's not out yet.
No.
Oh, so I'm going to be the first one to try it.
So this
Lucky me.
is our Santa's Cookies and Milk.
Ooh. Okay.
So
Tell me
it's
more.
it's a sugar cookie pudding with a homemade sugar cookie
Wow.
and whipped cream and colorful sprinkles.
So Santa no longer wants regular cookies. He wants just this with a little note and a carrot for Rudolph.
Sounds good.
This is it. Oh my gosh, this sounds really amazing.
Thank you.
Awesome. And I did hear a lot about your holiday pies for Thanksgiving. So
Mm-hmm.
tell me a little bit about them because you're gearing up to maybe do some for Christmas as well.
Yep.
Yep, so the Thanksgiving pie kits were like a box that was beautifully packaged, and we provided the crust, which we made, as well as a pint of pudding and a pint of whipped cream and some toppings, and then it prevented the crust from getting soggy, so
Great.
it just could be assembled Thanksgiving morning and then easy to serve.
Yeah.
So we will be doing some sort of Christmas special order, which we will be releasing details on next week.
Awesome. So we have to keep in touch with you guys
Yes.
to make sure that we know what the flavors are. So I really like that idea because I think that, you know, manually laboring over the kitchen stove and the oven for pies, it's a lot of work. But a pudding pie is nice and easy. Not that it's, you know, not that it's simple stuff, but at least for me, if I was to get a pudding pie kit, you
Yep.
kind of just put all of the ingredients together and you have that really delicious, flavorful, sweet treat on a holiday.
Which
so that's
you could pass off as your own, and
I made this.
We won't tell.
This morning.
Or, you know, it's a nice thing to bring to someone's home.
Exactly.
And, you know, most people bring wine. This is a little something different, and
Yes.
kids can do it. Kids can put it together.
Lots of fun for
and
them.
that's really fun to do together in the kitchen on the holiday.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you're doing pop-ups. You've done a lot of work with other local businesses, I know. What kind of pop-ups will you be doing in the near future that we can come and try your pudding?
we will be at Christina's in Westerly
Awesome.
on the 7th.
Okay.
So we'll be there from 4 to 9. On the 8th, we're doing this really awesome event at the Peyton Company in Warren. So they are an all-natural skincare company.
Ooh.
So they're actually going to be making some pudding-inspired skincare items.
Really?
Yes.
Nothing I love more than health and wellness combining with food. You know, if you can cross over those two worlds, it's a win.
Yeah, so we kind of brainstormed some flavors and scents that we're going to kind of work together with. So that's next weekend, and the following weekend on the 15th, we will be at Prica Farina, which is a brand new pasta shop in Warren
Wow.
that is amazing. So we will have Italian-inspired pudding flavors for that.
Can't wait to see what you come up with for that. Awesome. Now, I want to know, each of you, what's your favorite flavor? I have to know. I know that's a loaded question.
Well, mine hands down is the lemon basil, which we actually haven't released yet. I think probably late spring, early summer.
Okay.
But yeah, that takes
Lemon
the
and
cake for
basil.
me.
That
Yeah,
sounds incredible.
it's perfect. It's refreshing and
Yes.
sweet, but not too sweet. I love it.
Basil must add some really nice flavor.
I love the bittersweet chocolate.
Okay.
I also love a twist on it that we will be releasing next week.
Ooh, okay, so
for that.
what my next and final question is, where can we find you on social media so that we can stay up to date with all of your flavors and where you're going to be, how we can order pies and such?
So we're at Pudding Riot on Instagram. We're also Pudding Riot on Facebook.
Awesome.
Or you can email us at puddingriot@gmail.com, and we have a website that we'll be launching very, very soon, and that'll have all our information, and you'll be able to place orders through that. But for now, you can totally place orders online or by email on social media.
well, I can't wait to dig into these sweet treats. And like I said, if you're interested in ordering pies, bread puddings in the future, or just trying out some of their new flavors, follow them on Instagram, on social media, and really get a spoon into the puddings. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks
It's
for
been a
having
pleasure.
us.
I can't wait to try this flavor right here. It's going to be my favorite, I think. But don't go anywhere.